Good morning. Great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, it is. You know why? Because I choose it to be so. The same way that you get to choose it to be so for every moment of your life. Now, think about that. That's where all the power is all in how you're going to think now about what you're going to make things mean. And you're the one who gets to determine what everything means. And why is that so important? Well, the reason why that's so important is because whatever that is, that puts you onto a frequency, a vibratory state, because that's what that frequency is. And that is the attractive force in your life. It determines what you're drawn to, what's drawn to you. It also determines what you're repelled by and what's repelled by you. The whole point is that it all starts there, and you're the one that gets to make it however you want to make it. I think about the implications there about how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle. If your life hasn't been changing on the outside, I got news for you. It's very simple. It's because there hasn't been changes on the inside. Remember, your results, they always tell the truth. They never lie. The same way as regarding your feelings as well. They always tell the truth about the ideas that you're emotionally involved with. And the best part is if you don't like it, you could change it. You don't have to consent to things as they are. You can shift the narrative inside. And if you have the right foundation, if you have the right tools, if you have something to help you with doing that, oh my gosh, it's just a matter of a very short time before that actually shows up as a result in your outer world. See, this is where you've got to do the work. This is why Dolly and I have been working so diligently on ourselves and getting to understand this more to the point of where we've put something together to help other people to implement what we're talking about. Because remember, that's where it's at. It's application, baby. That's where it's at. Knowing it, not going to do jack shit for you. See, it's the use of it. And when you are in a beautiful container where you are constantly applying it, guess what changes? The results. And that's what we put into play with the program that we call Emergence. It's beautifully crafted, it's structured, it's organized in a very simple way to help you to implement stuff from this and all the other wonderful jewels that we share with you. And it's amazing. So, with that being said, let's talk about this. This is what we've been studying. If you don't have a copy of this, make sure that you do get a copy of it. Get this specific copy. This is the copy that we've published. It's a specific edition of two different books, As a Man Thinketh and Out from the Heart, two beautiful gems that were written in the early 1900s. And when you do get it, yes, underline it, yes, highlight it, yes, study it, yes, memorize it, but most importantly, apply it in your life practically. The application, baby, that's where it's at. So before we move into this, I want to welcome Ramon back. Welcome back, Ramon. So good to see you, my friend. It's so awesome for you to come back into the fold here. Welcome to the container. Now, let's type in the comments. I'm ready. If you're ready, go ahead. Type in comments. You're ready. I'm ready. We're going to move, even if you're not ready, but I know you are. So let's go into this, shall we? And let's go into this beautiful gem. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. We're in chapter 7. This is the final chapter in As a Man Thinketh. And I want to talk about the significance of this beautiful chapter. This has helped me tremendously, and it's helped Dolly tremendously. Both of us, it's helped tremendously. And this beautiful gem right here is something that will help you tremendously if you follow my instructions here. So let me just share with you a scenario. Let's say right now there isn't any calmness in your life, that there's lots of chaos, that there's a lot of movement to where you're all over the place and you want to feel calmness. Well, this here is a wonderful treatment. And it's something that I highly recommend, that if that's the case for you where you're all over, that you write this out every day, that you write it with feeling, write it with connection. It's such an amazing, beautiful essay. But the best part about it is how it literally does help you to tap into that calmness, which is where all the answers come to you freely. They don't come to you in the chaos. They come to you when you do have calmness of mind. So let's go over this. Let's go over this chapter of serenity. It's so beautiful. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication of a ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. Now, I want you to notice here that in this specific paragraph, he's emphasizing practice. How do you get good at anything? Practice. If you want calmness to be something that you're really good at, what must you practice? You must practice calmness. Now, if it happens to be right now that that's not in your life and it hasn't been in your life, will it be difficult for you to lead yourself into this? Yes, of course it will be. Why? Because of paradigms. With that being said, through practice, that's when it becomes easy. Let's all type this in the comments. Everything is difficult before it becomes easy. Calmness can be something that's very easy for you if you'll just practice it. So again, it is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication, in other words, when it's there, it's an indication of a ripened experience and a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. See, it's beyond knowing. Now there's an understanding. Think in terms of planting a seed into the ground. If you understand how it works, that seed, plant, blossom, fruit, that the seed's got to germinate in the ground before it sprouts. And then as it sprouts, it grows, brings forth more limbs, and then moves into fruitage. When you understand that, there's not any worry, there's not any doubt. There's calmness. So he's pointing out that how when it's there, it's because there is understanding. Now, a man becomes calm in the measure that he understands himself as a thought evolved being, for such knowledge necessitates the understanding of others as the result of thought. And as he develops a right understanding, key component there, and sees more and more clearly the internal relations of things by the actions of cause and effect, he ceases to fuss and fume and worry and grieve and remains poised, steadfast, serene. See, it's one thing to know about cause and effect, to know about as within, so without, to know that your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world and that you can change your inner world to change your outer world. It's one thing to know that. It's a completely different thing to understand it. And what he's saying here is, as you study it, as you apply it, as you practice it, that's what shows up, an understanding. See, wisdom comes into play. And just as I shared with you with the example of planting the seed in the ground, when you understand that, you know what you don't do? You don't fuss, you don't fume, you don't worry, you don't grieve, you don't think about, oh, whether or not it's going to happen. Why? Because you understand it's going to happen, that it is happening, that eventually you will be able to reap. Now think about that. Now let's go back to the beginning here. You are a thought evolved being. Type that in the comments. I am a thought evolved being. That is who you truly are. You're not your race. You're not your name. You're not your skin color. You're not the mother of, the father of. You're not this kind of successful person. You're not this business owner. All of those things are important, but they do not define the essence of who you are. Who you are is a thought evolved being. You are a magnificent creative being. Why? Because thought is where it starts. Thought externalizes itself. Everything you see in the world that was made is there because of imagination. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. All things were made by imagination, and without imagination was not anything made that was made. See, that's in thought. The results you see on the outside are the externalization of someone locking into an idea, something that was happening in thought. And that's in you. You have an imagination. Your imagination is the only weapon you have to combat the results in your life that you don't like, that you want to change. You want to change the results? Imagine something different. Oh, where's that happening? In mind, in thought. Imagine great things for yourself. Then be loyal to that unseen reality. And with that loyalty will be delivered the outcome that's in harmony with whatever that is. Remember, the fourfold order of the universe: seed, plant, blossom, fruit. We're going to go over that when we go into Out from the Heart. Now, before we proceed, those of you who are watching this live stream, who are feeling this and have this deep knowing that, you know what, this can help you in your life, and would love to tap into the remainder of these calls live and also access the replays, then do yourself a favor, stop sitting there and thinking about it, make a decision, go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You will thank yourself later. Big time. Now,